This is playing 1000 Doom WODs. Today's WOD number 2 is Unhallowed. This map immediately with its textures and looks reminds me of older school hacks, kind of like Platonia with kind of a jungly theme, some grass, and that's about the best thing I can say about this, and probably the only good thing I'll say about this one. This WOD got a Cacao Award in 2021, so it is recognized as a really great map, which is why I chose it as my second one. You are going to see me die a lot here. Now, part of that is because I am playing with the Brutal Doom map, or excuse me, hack on, which gives you a little bit more realism, a little bit more blood, a little bit of other stuff, but most importantly, it makes it so you have to reload, and scenes like this, the reloading really messes you up, and I don't think that it was intended for you to have to reload for fights like these. However, what you see here is going to set the tone for the entirety of the rest of this hack. Like, the entire thing consists of you walk into an empty room, you flip a switch, a ton of enemies come out and swarm you and kill you. And that's it. You just go room by room, flip a switch, and then you get mauled by tons and tons of enemies. And while, like, in the more modern Doom, that's kind of what it is. You go into a room, you get swarmed by a bunch of enemies, you have these really, short bursts of intense combat. It doesn't really feel like the old school Doom. It doesn't get, like, a great feeling for old school Doom here. And I understand it was made in 2020, 2021, so maybe they're going for a more modern Doom feel, but this level just feels absolutely impossible, unfair, and quite frankly, unfun. One of the other complaints with the switch is you see I turned the switch on there and it started glowing. Throughout the map, that is very inconsistent. Sometimes you'll be flipping a switch off and it will stop glowing and that activates it, and sometimes you'll be flipping it on and then it will start glowing, which makes it very difficult to tell what you've already switched, what you haven't switched. It'd be much better if this was consistent and every single one was either off and then on to glowing, or on to off not glowing, so it was consistent. Now I'm going to skip through some of this here because it's just me dying a whole lot to the next kind of rooms, and you'll see it's the same basic thing. I walk into a different room and I just get absolutely mauled by enemies. We'll wait for it to catch up here. Here's a new room so you can see something new. We got a little bit different enemies. We've got specters and imps here instead of just hell knights. It's a little bit more manageable, a little bit easier. As you can see, I've gotten this far without cheats, so it is definitely possible to do that very starting area even with the Brutal Doom mob. Even if it's not the easiest, but, difficulty doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, right? Like, I know a lot of people enjoy Elden Ring, Dark Souls, and games like that. I personally don't. I don't see the appeal of bashing my head against a wall for 2 hours just to make, a little bit of progress. But here we go. So we flip a switch, and then we'll see a bunch of monsters just start spawning. And that is what the entire map is flip a switch and monsters will just infinitely spawn. This one's not too bad because they're all spawning from one area. I will in a second read a list of all the monsters in the map just so you can see how outrageous it gets with how many demons you end up facing. This is what I was talking about. You see the switch is on and you have to flip it to the off position, which is very inconsistent with the rest of the game. And here we got some revenants spawning. This map creator loves their revenants, definitely loves their revenants. In fact, let me grab that list. In this map, you will face 5 zombie men, 16 shotgun guys, 33 heavy weapon dudes, 277 imps, 6 lost souls, 30 specters, 122 revenants, 74 cacao demons, no pain elementals, 107 hell knights, 20 baron of hell, 0 mancubus, 21 archviles, and 6 cyber demons. Now at a certain point I just got tired of dying, so I eventually just turned on the cheats so I could see the rest of the map, which you'll see here. I gave myself all weapons and invulnerability so that I could see what else exactly this map had to offer. And as I've said multiple times, it doesn't have much to offer. It all looks very same, and it's the same gimmick in every single room. Now, there is one registered speedrun on Ultraviolence Max that is uploaded on the Doom Wiki, showing it took 30 minutes to beat this level. So, while I would typically call a map like this impossible, there seems to be some proof that someone was able to beat this. and I absolutely don't know how. When we get to the very end boss, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know if they use cheats for that run too. I don't know if cheats are allowed in the Doom speedruns. I don't know all the rules around it, so I'm not convinced that they won legitimately, but I also don't want to take that away from someone if they were, skilled and patient enough to get all the way through this. Now, I haven't talked about the music. You may have heard it a little bit in the background. Honestly, it's nothing to write home about. It doesn't scream Doom music to me. It's atmospheric. It reminds me of, if you ever watched Angry Video Game Nerd, when he talks about all the different Dooms that launched on different consoles and how sometimes they removed the awesome music and put in that creepy atmospheric music. I see what they were going for, but it doesn't scream Doom to me. It's too mellow without the rockin' beats we're used to. The map design also isn't something that I'm terribly in love with. I mean, there are some key cards, but it seems fairly linear. There's no secrets, which I said in my first video. How can you be a Doom wad without secrets? Doom is all about the secrets. So to have a level with no secrets was kind of disappointing. And again, it's just going room to room and clearing it out. It doesn't feel like there's any puzzles. It doesn't feel like there's any intentional map design. It just feels like they stuck room after room compartmentalized rather than an actual sprawling map. And the point of this series is to review it, to say, is it worth playing or not? I don't want to demean someone's hard work. I never want to tell someone that they're bad at something or, keep someone from enjoying someone's art. That's definitely not the intention, but at the same time, I made this series so I could recommend or not recommend things, and it's so hard to recommend this. There's not really any redeeming qualities to say, oh, you must play this. And that really worries me for, I'm drawing from a list of the Cacao Awards, the Doom community that says these are the best levels, and if this is one of the best levels of 2021, it really makes me worry for the rest of this challenge. Since I don't have much else to say on this, and I don't want to sit here and harp on the work, let me just skip forward to the end here so I can show you one last thing. So here's a fast forward through a bunch of fights. You can see a lot of explosions, a lot of blood and guts and all that sort of thing, but here we come upon a cyber demon, take out a few things, and finally we get to the final area. And this place just goes absolutely berserk. You got this big open chamber, something's going to happen in here. And at first you think it's going to be behind this door, and yep, another cyber demon. So we take him out quickly using our cheats, because cheats are good. And you think that's it, but it's not. There's something quite missing, and then you look behind you and okay, a couple cacao demons spawn. That's not terrible. We just took out a cyber demon, but we should be okay for this. And then once you actually walk into this room, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If we can get into that room. I forgot how long it takes. It takes a little bit to get into the room just because there's so much stuff spawning. And I thought maybe I missed something, maybe I could go forward. Nope, you are stuck in this little walkway if you came up here. And then you look down, just look at how many Barons of Hell and Archviles and everything else that's going on here. Like I said, I know that someone has beaten this, and it says that there was a legitimate run, but I don't even see how. You can't even see what's going on the screen half the time here, because there's just so much absolutely going on. I'm constantly running out of ammo in my weapons and changing weapons, which that is a Doom feeling, right? They really struck that home in the new Doom games, where you're constantly running low on one gun, so you have to use another, and I really do love that gameplay aspect. But again, I don't see how anyone could possibly get through all of these monsters. I even looked up how much ammo there is on the map as a whole, and I don't even think there's enough ammo to take down all the demons that you see here. So maybe there's something I'm missing, and it's definitely possible that I overlooked something, but I definitely don't feel like this is in any way, shape, or form doable by your average person. So that's it. That's my review of Unhallowed, the second Doom WOD in my 1000 Doom WOD series. I appreciate y'all being here and joining me with it. If you have any recommendations or any maps you want me to play, or heck, even if you made a map yourself, please send it to me. I will add it to the series. I love talking about it. I love playing Doom. I love doing all things Doom. So if you want to be a part of it, vote on something, or add it, or just someone else's map you want me to play, please make sure to put it in the comments or somewhere where I can see it so that I can do that for you. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Your support definitely helps me. If you can like and subscribe, that also helps me a great deal. Other than that, thank you so much and have a blessed day.